Welcome back. The DreamHack Showdown winter continues here, or rather, maybe just begins, because now we actually get to talk about some Counter-Strike. We have one series for you today. This one series is in Europe. It is Galaxy Racer versus NOFEAR5, which, if you watched the previous edition of the DreamHack Showdown, a summer edition in this case, you would have seen them be named Deft Fox. So it's the same squad. Well, a little bit of difference here and there, but they went on without an org. And here we have the bracket, Fearless. Are you like, is this the series you were most excited for in the opening rounds, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I have yesterday Exit versus Arcane Wave that went down in 2-0 fashion, and boy, Exit literally walked over Arcane Wave. So I have a feeling this one might potentially be a little bit closer, and I hope so, because who doesn't like a close game of Counter-Strike?
Yes, I think Blau already had some experience with a close game of Counter-Strike yesterday in the NA division. And before I let you talk, Blau, we're first going to talk about the map Veto, because that is on our screens right now. Blau, what do you have to say about the Veto? Are you having any specific expectations?
I feel the bans are going to be from at least the limited data that I personally were able to collect. I feel like Inferno, the ban coming in from, I do believe from No Fear, that's expected. Dust 2 is usually a map that Galaxy Racers don't usually play. So it being at least a while ago, so that being floated, maybe they could have picked it, Shiver, anything?
I was going to say that the stat that I have is that Galaxy Racer at the moment is 8-0 on Dust 2. Since the summer showdown, that is. That being said, both teams just let it float, so it will be the decider map here. We're going to start on Train, Fearless. Train and Vertigo. Any thoughts?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised by that Vertigo pick, because during the last showdown, I talked with Vilga a little bit, and she was saying like, oh, we didn't really focus on Vertigo. Vertigo is not really our sweet spot. We kind of just let it be. We just maybe insta-ban it first. And, you know, a couple of months later, it apparently progressed into a map they're confident in, and I kind of like this. Wasn't necessarily expecting this, but I hope to see some good CS on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to talk about some good CS, because we are going to start with talking about Galaxy Racer. Now, this squad came second at the previous showdown. This squad is having a gigantic organization behind them. These girls are backed up with a coach. They have psychologists, which I want to talk about at some point as well. And they've just looked really good. They've also been together since January 2020. So like one of the longest teams here today. Fearless, what are we expecting from this squad?
Ooh, I have a feeling this is probably going to be a very solid performance. During last showdown, they were pretty solid, and I have a feeling if we are looking at this whole EU bracket, probably the only team that could stand in their way right now is Exit. But Exit is not here today. They will probably face them later on in the tournament. And today, you know, NOFEAR5, I have a feeling that they're just not really up at the level of Galaxy Racer. They're not a necessarily bad team, but Galaxy Racer definitely has the more experience, the more power in the team to carry them to a victory.
What do you think about them, Blair?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with the Fearless here. The favorites being Galaxy Racers, obviously, right? And on top of that, considering you mentioned that with the new mental coach coming on in, they should be feeling pretty confident. They are, so many people would consider the second best team in EU right now. But after yesterday's game with Violent Roses taking on Dignitas, I don't know what to say. NOFEAR5 are highly regarded as, you know, a top three team in the region, just behind Galaxy Racer. Obviously, Exit being the best team right now. So considering how close these two teams are, and considering the fact that this team, NOFEAR, has also probably done their prep work coming into this, the Vertigo pick coming on in could be a surprise factor. I'm gonna play a Potter today here on the test and say I don't know which way this might go. Galaxy Racer are the favorites, but I don't think by too much.
All right. Now, before we talk about NOFEAR5, I want to quickly explain some about the psychologists they have. A lot of people might remember that Astralis back in the day, I say back in the day, that was like 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. They had an esports psychologist as one of the first teams to actually, you know, pedestal an esports psychologist, Mia Stolberg. She then went on to coach a Dota 2 team, OG, that is a two-time TI winner, like a world championship winner. A lot of credit from that. And then last September, she got signed with Galaxy Racer to specifically work on their female squad. So I'm super excited to see if that has done anything for them, because this squad, as my panelists say, they're second, and they want to be first. So we're going to find out if they can. They are up against NOFEAR5, came third last showdown, had an organization but lost it, and are now competing under their orgless name, NOFEAR5. They also had a recent roster swap since October. They have got Tori with them right now, so I would imagine that all eyes are on her.
Yeah, it would be. And the player she's replacing KSU, I remember watching some of the games from NOFEAR5, or they were known as earlier with their previous org in Showdown, and she was by far the highest rated player in that event. She was the star carry, so to speak. And her being replaced by Tori here, nothing against Tori. Obviously, they've been playing together for a while right now, but those are some pretty big shoes to fill, to be very honest. And for them to basically, crack the top 2 ceiling, so to speak, it's going to require a big performance. And I know it's an upper bracket matchup here. They still have, even if they lose here, they have the lower bracket gauntlet to run through, but it's going to be very telling where they really stand in this opening matchup we have here.
Yeah. Fearless, by the way, I believe I saw that you were the commentator for the match that was the finals of the Ambush Female Summer Cup.
Yes.
And that was these exact same teams, right?
Yeah, they played against one another, and Galaxy Racer, they did really well during that tournament. They won both maps in a best of 3. Very easy, was I believe like a 16-8, 16-10-ish scoreline. So pretty convincingly. Yeah, I have yet to see how they will perform against these teams now, because of course a little bit of time has passed in the meantime. And you say Tori I didn't see back then, so let's see how that new additional player will add into the mix.
Indeed. We also, by the way, for Twitch chat, you get a role in this as well. Make sure you vote on your favorite for this upcoming matchup. We have got GX Race. You already voted? Okay, Twitch chat is. Oh yeah, we already talked about this, didn't we? No, we forgot about that, but you voted anyway. You voted anyway.
Twitch
Very
remembered.
great.
It's fine.
Good stuff, indeed. Galaxy Racer, the favorite here, coming in. We'll see if they make an upset, or if NOFEAR5 is going to make an upset, as I hope they will do. And we are ready to head into the first map of the series after this break.
Okay, so this is going to be a fun matchup, I feel, and of course I'm not alone in bringing you this upper bracket semi-final here for the DreamHack Showdown Winter. We have pretty good teams, and we have a pretty good co-caster. I'm joined by Potter, and honestly, we kind of looked and we were looking over the veto here, and a couple of things stood out to us. Map 1 didn't particularly surprise me, but map 2 coming in was certainly attention-grabbing for me.
Yeah, no, it definitely was, especially the fact that it's kind of a rematch scenario, right? I mean, the last showdown, Galaxy Racer came out and picked the Vertigo in that series, and they barely won 16-14. This time around, we got a brand new 5th coming through for the NOFEAR5 ladies. They were Deathbox, as the desk touched on before, but she's got a lot on her shoulders, man. KSU, she was heavy hitting the top fragger the last time around in the series. So I'm looking forward to see what Tori brings out. Not only that, but NOFEAR5, they're kind of that solidified number 3 in Europe. Galaxy Racer kind of being neck and neck with Xset, fighting for that number 1 and 2 spot. So this is it, Lauren. This is where NOFEAR5 can come through, make a statement, and kind of be in the running for that number 1, number 2 spot.
Well, they better have a plan coming in on this first round. Bear in mind, this is their pick. So coming in, they're more than likely going to start on that T side. So they have to show a little something. P250 being picked up, and Molly and a smoke. So pretty invested, and a little bit already of that CT side aggression. But it looks like Tori's well aware of the potential. And the P250 comes out on top, but they need to do some more. 23 with a quick trade. And bear in mind, the CT side is heavily invested down Ivy right now.
A lot of action coming through. 23 gets taken out. Nice gush. That's a good trade coming out from Anna. It's come down to a 3 versus 3. Nilga just spotted this T-Con push. She's going to have to land some good shots here to hold down the line. But they're making it into the site, Lauren.
Yeah, they are, but Vilga's still holding for now, able to isolate the player trying to push up and keeps control of this. Now, they've escaped through pop. They've just yeeted up the ladder, but look at the positioning from the other two CTs. They already read this. Kelly V's over here, so good positioning, but these shots just aren't landing, and it's getting a little awkward until Kelly V keeps it into control. Now, coming through connector, you do have an... Anna just got that out of nowhere. Elizabeth on the flank, though, quickly makes it around, and a 1v2. Anna's already low. Anna's got the kit, isolates the first. Elizabeth's now in a 1v1. Anna's in all kinds of trouble. I'm trying to play the fight out well. Elizabeth is going to try and take the time, play the clock in this one, moving favorably. Anna off the bomb now. A nice work from Elizabeth on the flank. And NOFEAR came in with a plan. I feel it's a treat when I see a good T-side approach, but that Ivy play was so dangerous.
It was, and they were so mobile, right? Just beelining it back towards that inner. Good trades coming through for both squads. It got kind of hectic. Claudia, you see she was the first man down, and she really wanted to go aggressive and get some Ivy control, but good positioning coming out from NOFEAR5. And even though things got really hectic, Elizabeth, 3 kills. Good start coming out from the Russians.
And now coming into this, though, they do have the Deagles and the Scouts. The classic force back in where you have the 2 Scouts and then complemented by those Deagles. So any tag is worth a pretty good chunk of damage in this. So Claudia is going to be put to task. 3 players pushing up through. Ivy has to fall away from the angle. So now map control being taken away from the CT side. Vilga can't do much from the bomb side itself. So this is going to get a little rough here. No real damage done until 23 did find placement for that pistol.
That's a good shot coming out from 23, though. Some good damage. Victoria just getting spotted, and she gets tagged by a scout that barely does any damage. That was pretty funky. NOFEAR5, they should be good in this post-plant scenario. MRSK is doing damage. She's getting spaced on. And that got a little scary.
No, they're fine. 23, though, going to try and get a couple of exits on the way out. Could be nice. They can cost some of the rifles. Nothing really falling too far away. 3 still stand for the T's, so the reinvestment won't be too bad. But again, gotta say it, Galaxy Racer trying to keep it competitive, doing bits of damage here, but NOFEAR looking kind of living up to the name. Pretty decent start. Again, like as much as I know Galaxy Racer a lot more, I know the names a lot more. I know a couple of the names from NOFEAR5 for sure, but I don't keep up enough to, really understand where they should be. But I mean, you've been hyping them up. You've been saying, these are a very legit team. This should be a very legit game. So again, I'm kind of expecting good things from them here. And as I said, if you're walking into train and it's your map pick, you know you're going to be on that T side. I'm glad to see a really diligent approach so far.
Definitely agree. And what a dream start for NOFEAR5. Just dominating the pistol, getting a clean anti-eco as well. This should be another farm fest. Elizabeth, she's got that MAC 10. I mean, go get her, girl. Go make that bread.
Sorry, farm fest. Who has been teaching you this?
Hey, I'm trying my hand at this caster thing, Lauren, and I thought that the farm fest thing,
No, we can make it happen.
Really, let's farm fest. Let's make that a thing.
Make sure they're mean girls and just stop trying to make fetch happen. Victoria's making it happen though, nice and clean. Keep in mind, obviously, no armor, no upgrades. I think there's like a P250 or 2 and a couple of flashes. So if they could cost any of these rifles, that'd be fantastic. For now, there's no problem because Elizabeth could switch up to the Galil if they want to do that. Any more could bode a little bit of an issue. They're going to try and cycle it away. You can see the Galaxy Racer is just going to try and exploit it. Tori, though, nice and clean, keeps control, no harm, no foul, and a little bit of extra cash there.
Money, making the money. Another clean round for NOFEAR5 coming through.
Is this James Bardolph? Like, what's happened? Like, you've gone away to Flashpoint for a bit, and you've come back, and you're having fun, Potter.
Listen, I'm trying to throw some humor into the mix now as well. I'm really elevating my casting game here, Lauren.
Wow, no, I'm thoroughly impressed. And to be fair, Galaxy Racer are elevating their purchase. Big Buy going to come back in, and already up on the AWP as well, so this should be the answer back for Galaxy Racer. If it's not, things can spiral pretty quickly.
Tori, just trying to get that pop dog control. That Molotov falls a little short, unfortunately. So right now, it does seem like Vilga's got that full control, drops down that smoke, and NOFEAR, they're just throwing the default. They've got a lot of utility on their back, and the great thing is they've already burned majority of the smokes coming out for Galaxy Racer. Just a few flashbangs, even using that last Molotov. Anna, she's got to be good for this shot.
And she is. Nice work from Anna. Nice and quick. A little beheading over by Ivy, but the lean towards B looks like it's coming through. Now, Kelly V is on their own with very limited utility. You highlighted it earlier in this round, and now this is the problem. They're around the minute marker, and they have nothing to hinder this. Kelly V is actually none the wiser that they're this far in towards the site as well. And this could be a problem. Now the smoke comes in. Deep control's already garnered as well by Tori pushing up this far. This rotation is going to be really quite tough to do much with. Victoria going to get the first bit of contact, losing out on the angle, though, needs to back away now.
Some good splash damage coming through the smoke. That flash enables Tori, but a little late on the pounce there. Still 3 players alive for this post plant. Victoria, that's a huge pick off. Good flashes, just holding back this retake from coming through. And it's down to a 3v3. No fear, they're holding the site.
Elizabeth is going nuts. 2 big kills. And I love the mobility from Victoria, straight away switching over towards ramp, showing presence. Anna, you want to keep that up. You know that that's going to be a priority for you. And that round's gone. It's by the wayside. No fear sticking the landing in that post plant. I don't know how they were so effective on all of those trades. I mean, there was barely a step towards the site.
Yeah, and I think we have to revisit what you mentioned earlier, Lauren. The fact that Kelly V did not get any early information to the fact that NOFEAR5 were already spacing into the site. It was only that smoke grenade that really gave that tell, and by that time, it's a little too late. It makes that retake a lot more challenging. NOFEAR5 had all the ground that they wanted. That oil train control was everything. And as you say, man, Elizabeth just going ham. 2 kills, 2 big kills in the post plant, just really solidified everything. Galaxy Racer, they've got to get a grasp on the CT side train before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, this map is brutal enough as it is. Playing it as a CT without that utility in your pocket gets even harder. And obviously the money on the other side for No Fear is starting to look pretty decent. Elizabeth 5k, Tori 5k after reinvesting. I mean, they're in a pretty good spot overall. And bear in mind, Galaxy Racer are going to be working with a lot less. Upgraded pistols, little bits of utility here and there, but Anna's meant to be the kind of, cherry on the cake. So hopefully Anna gets some action. That little shot towards Ivy was definitely a good indicator, but they need a little more. And it feels like, once again, Kelly V is going to be on the receiving end. Maybe Vilga could be quick up through pop, but this is going to be rough to hold.
It will, but man, Anna, she is an explosive player. This hero AWP, it's her time to shine. She's good for the 1. She even follows up with the 2nd. And just like that, the pistols, this force buy, it's coming and doing work.
Okay, Anna. That was actually pretty filthy. Now, bear in mind, there's still another player up here, and if Elizabeth sits in that smoke, she will have the advantage as it fades.
I thought that was a kill.
Crack. I know, you were ready for it. All right, I love the ambition. I love the support here. We've got a #1 fan, and Elizabeth just absolutely Ferrari peaks Anna. And now Claudia wants that trade so desperately, but decides better of the considering of what could have happened there. Now, bear in mind, 23 is down below pop. They haven't pushed up. Victoria going to kind of keep that information flowing to the CT side that they are still around for now. 23 going to be put to task here. Has to deliver. Does well on 1, and the second's looking likely. A little switch to the orb. That would have been nasty, but Elizabeth now, the 1v4. Bear in mind, there is armor with the CT side, and Kelly V doesn't even need it. Just swings up there with the deagle. And honestly, Anna MVP, that kept over orb, did so much work.
So much work, and Anna is one of those players, really exciting. When she came out first on the scene, I was blown away by just her mechanical ability. She was like 16 years old, just doing work with that sniper rifle. Now she finds herself on a top contending European female team, and she's definitely got the skills to carry her through. So I'm still, Anna, she's got 3 maps to just impress and turn heads in this series.
I love the fact you're already just like, right, I found the AWPer and I'm gonna just judge them harlessly. Oh, Victoria! Oh no.
What a run boost. Deleted.
Oh, no.
Anna. Have we jinxed her, Lauren?
No, we haven't. You might have.
Oh,
now, look, we'll find out if it does keep going this way. For now, though, Kelly V quickly picking up the slack that could have happened there as they did push through Ivy. They got a bit of control, but I love that quick response from Kelly V, who generally has been kind of anchoring that B side. So this should be, well, Fatal can't do much with this. $0 in the bank right now. And I love the push up from 23 as well. Just keeping that map control and information. Should be a freebie, and it is.
Good movement. I like the fact that you're highlighted 23, even in the last round with that Deeg. She was a player that kind of started inching forward towards that pop dog. Let's take a look at this shot. Beautiful stuff from Victoria. That's what you want. That's what you want, the output coming through from your sniper. And to just find the opening like that, Victoria feeling good in that round. And just like that, NOFEAR5, they're broke now. They got a lot of flashbangs following through with these pistols, though.
Look, I'm not that hyped by a pistol round. Okay, I'm just thinking, when I was casting CLG Red Potter, why didn't she do that? Why didn't I ever see that? Huh? When was that AWPing coming out? I heard she was good. I don't know. Maybe their AWP's different. Oh, Claudia's getting pumped up. We like to see a pumped up Claudia.
Yeah,
we love an eco-fragging Claudia.
Get those eco frags.
Now here it is. Look at the replay. The hype music's on. Claudia with the 3, the 4. You know,
It's Glock. Glocks. No, but it is good to see that Galaxy Racer, especially being down 0-4, they're able to make that round clean. And those frags, I mean, even though they're eco kills, those are feel-good frags, especially for Claudia to kind of get herself into this series. Okay, that's good.
Look, we question some things, and that, you know, we'll question later on. For now, we question the fact that 23 is getting away with murder, just chilling out by E-Box, and Tori going to try the best to even this round out. 2 kills for now, but I'm pretty sure the CT side now will be on red alert, not allowing too much step, and the bomb's still left behind, trying to play ahead. How the hell did Anna let that happen? Ed gets ripped off, and now Tori in a very manageable scenario if they get the bomb back, and they can isolate another fight or two. So much time on the board as well.
Yeah, full minute for Tori to work with. She definitely had a good idea of the rotations. Now she's gonna kind of lose track of that timing, but as you say, definitely doable. Both defenders are split up. She's able to just find these 1v1s for herself. It will make things a lot easier. Eventually, Kelly V, she's going to have to respect this inner and go sniff it out, see what's happening. And that's definitely going to open up the opportunity for Tori here.
Okay. 35 seconds now on the board. 1 flash. A little tagged up, but not too much. Perfectly serviceable, especially with the AK.
Oh, Galaxy Racer, though.
I like them doubling up.
Yeah, buddy system. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Playing safety here, playing the percentages, trying to deny the want of a T player, trying to isolate those 1v1s, and now hearing the bomb to be planted. That's, you know, a little bit of chunk of change in the pocket, but Tori's still good trying to play this one out. This is a... Claudia. Hey, those eco frags. They got the aim going, huh? That was pretty good. Honestly, I felt that Tori could have had a shot in that then. I get nervous. I get nervous when Claudia is just yeeting around the corner, but you know what? It was fine.
Good effort. Good plant as well. And good kills, all things considered. I mean, Galaxy Racer just started making their posture 4 rounds in a row now, but keeping that money tight on the CT is definitely what NOFEAR5 needed to focus on. And only 2 remaining members. That's in a losing round, that's good enough, I think. Either way, though, Galaxy Racer, their money, it's starting to build up here, Pansy.
I mean, the swings certainly happened. Keep in mind, at one point, we were starting to see NOFEAR5 kind of looking solid, you know, on that T side, but we have seen the resurgence, you know, maybe off the back of Anna a little bit, but now everyone's starting to turn up after the timeout came in, maybe getting their heads in the right place. And as you said, the money is starting to look good. Almost 9k on Kelly V. Anna sitting towards the top of 8. Claudia looking pretty solid. Everyone's in a decent position. They can weather the storm. And we do see the leftover rifle. Oh, no, excuse me. Tori bought that rifle. So,
Hero.
Yeah, we've got the old Russian buy coming out. Just 1 rifle and then a couple of deegs. 1 smoke, some armor. I mean, if it works.
I like it. I like it. I mean, it's a conservative approach. They didn't fully invest into this. Just allow Tori to do some work. And again, just maintain Galaxy Racer's economy. And that's exactly what you needed to do.
How did Tori walk out? Like, yeah, credit to Vilga to instantly quell that, but now there's problems aplenty, and Claudia needs to kind of roll back the aim a little, and we got it locked in eventually. Fatal doesn't get anything out of it, as Victoria's the last one alive, but hey, that's a fact-finding mission and a half that they can get there. Victoria crisp on the Deagle, and now a 1v3. Position very much noted. Playing off the back of E-Box, it should be Anna who's somewhat controlling this. A bit of a tag comes out. They're given a chance here. Victoria is being worked away at. And another tag. No kill's going to come through. But Vilga kind of keeping control. And I feel like Vilga, again, is one of those people that is always going to be solid. Whether you get, like, top fragging Vilga coming out, that's beyond the point. But you always get the rock of the team, Vilga, coming in.
Oh, absolutely. In-game leader of this squad, Vilga. I always say it, she was definitely my favorite teammate. Well, I'll say one of my favorite teammates throughout my career of playing. Gotta say it like that, you know. But Vilga, she's a special player.
Ooh,
so dedicated to the game. Victoria, good pickup.
Hold on. They're trying to push up here, and that could have gone terribly wrong. Look at Claudia and Kelly V's HP. They just absolutely battered, but you're right. It was that pick towards A that's opened things kind of up here. Anna's gone down, so now you can see the room that Elizabeth's garnered off the back of this. Bomb's been picked up. Victoria's got that to hand. This is actually going to be a really tough round for the CT side to get back in control of.
Yeah, especially because MRSK has so much ground. Meeting back up with Elizabeth here. Galaxy Racer, 2 members just limping, barely alive. And I like the patience coming out from NOFEAR5 right here. Just make Galaxy Racer sweat it out a bit. Maybe over peak. And there it is. Good pickoff. Oh, just barely a miss from Victoria.
23's bailing them out with some of these trades coming in. I mean, they did lose Claudia in this, but Claudia was low. Vilga again delivers. And they're holding on to this, but barely. MRSK is right behind them, and that's going to be a free pickup. Vilga, unaware of the potential that someone could have been there. And now Kelly V and 23, look at the HP on them. It's so desperately low. Victoria almost overcompensating with that AWP. Unnecessary damage, but we take these as Kelly V now, the 1v2. On the hand, yet to go towards the sights. And Victoria, again, the AWPing is on point today.
All the AWPers right now showing up, having some impact in all of these rounds so far. And man, what a back and forth round. I think it's good to go back to your point earlier, Lauren. That 3-man stack coming through from Galaxy Racer. They definitely wanted to be the aggressors, but NOFEAR5, the amount of damage that they were able to put out just put a wrench in the works for Galaxy Racer's initial game plan.
Okay, Kelly V now. Trying to spot out for any pixel out of place, pops up the smoke, and then can adjust off the back. Looking to see how that utility usage might work out, considering last time they burned through it pretty fast. Here we go, there's that first contact. Kelly V, quick smoke, and falls away from this one in response. So again, Kelly V, we have to wait and see when she calls for that support, if she does. If she feels there's a bit too much pressure here after seeing that one player. And 23 is the first to respond to the call.
Yeah, backup has arrived, and again, you see Vilga having that full pop dog ladder control. That's certainly going to make these inner players feel a lot more confident in their angles. Timing is going to be everything here. Some indecision coming through for NOFEAR5.
Yeah, backing away from the initial plan, it seems, but they have pulled a rotation, but again, with Vilga being where she is, it's going to be pretty hard to go for that just set piece towards A. It looks like they're setting the smokes into motion on B, sending down a couple of players. Tori's getting a little curious. We still have the AWP there as well. Kelly V on just straight blind free fire at this point. Does lose out to Tori, does a good bit of damage, but this is going to be a misread. Yeah, bombs over towards A. There is still Vilga here, though. Keep in mind, Vilga's position could do some damage, and it does. Nice work from Vilga, but does miss the fact they'd already crossed towards the site, but keeps the round competitive. Opens up a chance, but the chance evades them. Claudia needed to hit that, and the spray was manic, but the round's not over yet. Anna's still in this one, still finding presence, but how do they get rid of those last 2 Ts? Not like that. MRSK just playing the finest of angles as Anna now trying to play it back in. 5-7 to hand, and I love the mobility coming out from MRSK, making this so difficult to predict the positioning, and you just don't expect it in a well-played round again from NOFEAR5. Considering that adjustment, MRSK kept that one safe, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing those angles to perfection is NOFEAR5. And again, it was indecisive, but it was really the perfect call. Reading the game out really well. And even though Vilga had all that pop-down control, the fact that they just funneled out T-Con, took over that Olaf area, kind of ensured the deal for NOFEAR5. And man, they're just one round away from fully breaking Galaxy Racer's money.
Yeah, it's getting a little sketchy, as you can see. The economy is looking on the rougher side of things, and Elizabeth has once again found avenue for approach. I'm not sure if they're even aware that someone could have crept out towards Olaf. Claudia, though, brilliantly handled from Claudia. That's control. That's something you don't often see with the FAMAS, but a quick trade out. Victoria's going to keep things competitive, and I want to see what Elizabeth does here. I think she's given away the game, considering there's only 20 bullets left in the mag, so definitely let a couple fly. Vilga keeps control. So again, these early attempts haven't really paid dividends for NOFEAR5 this round.
No, definitely not in this round. I can't believe Claudia makes that FAMAS work for her and gets 2 kills versus AKs like that.
She's
I think,
not.
yeah, re-peeking for that 3rd kill was a bit of a overzealous, but it's okay.
Okay.
Kelly V
Confident.
sniffing it out.
Let it go. We'll see if Kelly V gets the timing. Yeah, nicely done. Probably gonna be able to decipher from that the bomb was gonna head towards B if possible. And I think Anna's somewhat over it. Hello? Victoria,
Outplayed.
what are these AWPers today, man? Okay, Victoria, show me the money. If you get past Anna, it's game on. However, Anna is watching this, and Anna's gonna find it. So not gonna let that get too much of a problem.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer, good clean round. They're going to want to get their money in order so they can really have an easier time on their buys for the rest of this half. And Victoria, the personality coming through, she even baited that movement out, really manipulating with the sound cues.
Well,
This is neck and neck, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, the money stayed up for Galaxy Racer this round, but obviously now the swing back for the T's is that they're down to pistols. Heavy utility invested, though.
Yeah, that is a lot of nades coming through with the pistols. We'll see what they're able to do with it. They actually have been able to put the pressure on towards this inner. Their flashbangs have been doing work for them. It looks like it might be this outside hit. A lot of utility coming through for the Pop Dog players. And Tori, it's all on her. Another flash coming through. It's perfect. But 23, she's able to hide. Just tucking away.
Ah, this is real nice. Victoria can do some damage for sure. She's able to get maybe another clean fight. She doesn't. But beautifully held between kind of Vilga being the backbone, then you had Claudia kind of swinging in. Everything looked so good. Well controlled. Even with all that utility put down, it looked like they kept their calm, kept their nerve in place. NOFEAR5 should be able to at least repurchase into this round, however, and we get that all back up for Victoria.
Strong game plans coming through for both squads right now. NOFEAR5. This is a healthy purchase. And spread out across the map right now. Anna just holding the angle.
Yeah, 4 players were present, but they've kind of pulled Vilga away at potentially the wrong time. There is commitment to this. Keep in mind, there's players out by E-Box. There's 2 players out at the moment. 23 is going to get the first bit of contact, sees Elizabeth, quickly commits a smoke. Claudia is ahead of this, though. And Anna's at the back line, still delivering. Anna is being such a nuisance to this side. That AWPing power is once again in play. Claudia barely got to see anyone. Anna's just there like, don't worry, guys, I got you. I got you.
Anna just doing work. She even got a wall bang through a smoke in the mix there. Let's just take a look at these shots. She's decent,
Why
Lauren.
does
She
the
aight.
line work?
She aight.
Wait, is that the real, SK gaming lady CLG Red Potter giving approval? Can you believe it? Roll it back. 8-6 though. And you're right, the AWPing has been actually pretty exemplary for both sides. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but sadly this time for NOFEAR5, that investment is merely a dream. They can't quite, muster the funds coming into this one, and they're going to have to try and make something work with the Galils and limited utility, but they've got space again, but it's converting off to the back of this. Vilga's normally been such a nuisance at holding this. And Claudia's wanting to get a little Aggie down by Ivy. Gets one, and there's Vilga. So both players who've been kind of a little proactive actually do very well. Kelly V this time with the AWP, though. Double AWPs coming out for CTs. Oh, not so crisp.
Definitely a surprise, and we've seen this before. Kelly V kind of losing track on the spacing, but Vilga just finds the edge through the smoke. She's pretty low, so the trade will come through, and that's it. Oh, but Fatal, she gets spammed through the smoke. It's all down to Elizabeth here, 1 versus 3. It's gonna be pretty challenging here.
Yeah, and the challenge was a little too tough. It looks like a 9-6 half is a pretty respectable scoreline, honestly. NOFEAR5 looked pretty solid to me. I've enjoyed what they brought. That T-side looked pretty flush, but Galaxy Racer, after that pause, came back in incredibly strong. So we're gonna head to a short break. When we're back, we'll find the conclusion for map 1.
If you need a helping hand, look up to the you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. And pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. And pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. Just pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. Just pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray. Just pray. If you need a helping hand, look up to the sky and pray.
And welcome back, 9-6 on the half. Keep in mind this is no Fear 5's choice. What do we make of this scoreline? I guess we're yet to see what Galaxy Racer has on this T side, so maybe a bit of a question mark for me, I feel.
Yeah, I am glad to see that Galaxy Racer eventually had a pretty dominant ladder of that first half. I mean, it was looking bad, 0-4, but MRSK aggression towards this Ivy, good flashbang, and that's a good start for No Fear 5.
Or even doubling down on the flash makes sure MRSK doesn't get traded out on. Vilga looking a little flustered and probably frustrated at this, having to retake the area now, play it back through. Tori's going to get the contact here, maybe try and play an MRSK. While this happens, CT side can just plant their feet. They have won that first fight so well handled. The flash was so perfect.
Yeah, it's really slowed and stopped everything for Galaxy Racer now. They're going to rendezvous back up with each other and try their hand at this inner hit. 2 rotators already coming through for No Fear 5. But they got the flash and 2 smokes. This should... 2 flashes and 1 smoke. But yeah, that definitely should help them get into this site here. Long lines being held for No Fear right now.
But look at the information that MRSK is getting. Cleaned the entirety, pushed through Ivy, pushed through all the way. They know it's going to be this B hit, or at least they're very certain. 3 players now present for the CTs, and a quick fadeaway for Elizabeth. 2 quick kills. Anna and Vilga beheaded, and now Kelly V just absolutely nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Tori's got you, and perfect play from Ivy. That knock-on effect of not only getting the kill, pushing and retaking that territory gave them so much info.
Yeah, what a dominant pistol. Not a lick of damage, Lauren. Done. Onto the No Fear 5 ladies. Just 100 HP. 1 taps across the board for Elizabeth. Beautiful, beautiful defense. And a force buy right back from Galaxy. They want to clap back. They don't want to sit back. A scout on the back of Anna. We've seen her sniper coming through huge. And a few deagles just peppered through.
Oh, 23 copping some damage. Tori's showing them how it's done. Anna and 23 both now tagged. Pulls away so the nade doesn't do too much damage. Ooh, the left side, you're going to be seen here. Yeah, Tori, nice work. Really keeping control of Ivy. This is theirs. This is straight up No Fear 5's. Oh, that's a little ambitious. Tori, we're in trouble now. Let's get away. And while this happens, the hit towards B was meant to get going. And the trade's there for Kelly V. Does the cross, though. Getting tagged on the way over. Victoria's going to try and deny that. Molly comes in. Is it too deep? Doesn't really matter. Victoria says a quick no, and that's the bomb lost.
Kelly V doing her damnedest. She said, if I die in these flames, I die because I'm trying to plant. She's dedicated to the cause. Only 2 players remaining on Galaxy right now. Tori's pretty low, but this is looking really unlikely at this point.
Yeah, especially with the bomb where it is. It's like, You're going to have MRSK just making sure that no one's going to come through connector and try and make a little flank happen. So who's watching this side? It's Elizabeth. Okay, so excuse me, that timing could be filthy. Maybe a missed call could have happened. There was a window where it could have gone terribly wrong. That window has now been closed. You've got 25 seconds and nowhere to really go for these two. Keep in mind they do have head armor. They have everything else. Tori's found 23. Claudia forced to fight and loses out. NOFEAR5's closing in on evening this scoreline up.
Whew, neck and neck, Lauren. We said it. Even the kill distribution. It's pretty close. I mean, Fatal, now that she's on the CT side, definitely opportunities for her to catch back up. And Galaxy Racer just going to come through in this round with the save, working with scraps. A lot of flashbangs, and NOFEAR5, they made these scrappy buys pretty tense. And Galaxy Racer, they're not stopping. Fast plays down the pop.
Nice little flashes coming through. I love that second one that came into play. You can see a little bit of damage. It's just sadly not being converted. Being kept at arm's length. Very well played by NOFEAR5. Not really allowing those pistols to come to an area where maybe they could capitalize. But, you know, the P250 can do a bit of damage at range, but 0 damage done. Elizabeth staying alive on 1 HP, but staying alive nonetheless.
Staying alive? I don't know. Good stuff from
good?
NOFEAR5. Good defense. I'm okay now. I don't know what just happened.
Sometimes
Things
you
are
need
all
to
tied
say
up though,
things.
Lauren. Things are all tied up. 9-9. This is gonna be a full buy. No AWP on the back of Anna, and that is kind of how their win condition for Galaxy to start putting those rounds on the board on CT. But Anna is definitely competent with that rifle. Victoria's got all of this pop dog control.
See if she can keep it though. Claudia. Claudia?
She came sniffing.
Claudia, we don't do those sort of things. You can't do that. Look at the trade. They want it so badly. And 23 is now just out on her own. Out on a little fact-finding mission. I don't know what sort of fact she's going to find, but already success towards B could open up a chance. Keep your eyes on Anna with that bomb, kind of pegging it towards the B side. 23. Oh my god. 23 has just done them completely behind enemy lines. 23 has just turned this round on its head. That is sick play and keeps being sick. 3 big kills, perfect positioning, slips into the smoke and just cuts them in half. MRSK can do nothing. There's nothing to be done now.
Big plays, big plays. And that's exactly what Galaxy Racer needed. Just the initiative to be a playmaker like that. You even saw the movements coming through on the minimap. Just that inner split. Solid stuff. NOFEAR5 had no chance in this round. They will have a strong buy coming into the next, though. Maybe even a double AWP is possible. Oh man, just outplayed.
I just want to know how 23 just played the smoke like a champ. Like, that was insane. Hopefully the explosive didn't affect the crowd here. Clearly they seem okay. Arms still in the air, having a great time. And watch this again, just managing to get to this point completely unbeknownst to the CT side. It's insanely good.
Definitely so. And NOFEAR5, they're going to have a better grasp keeping track because there was a lot of utility and flashes that allowed 23 to get to that position. So this time around, they're definitely going to be wary of that possibility. So many Molotovs going off in the beginning.
We've got a cheeky dorp coming through. The double AWP is out to play. I'd imagine Galaxy Racer, if they're keeping up with the economy, should understand that there's a possibility for this, but MRSK is getting a little aggy, and 23 is so aware of this. I mean, I guess MRSK did that once before on the pistol, but to keep that cognizant in your mind, very impressive. But Tori's going to be called to action now. But 23 is keeping now basically 2 players busy. Elizabeth is going to have a horrible surprise. Vilga on the other side. Nade as well, going to catch Tori on the way out. But so far, just success across the board for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, some weird decisions coming through here for the defense on the Russian side. Some desperate plays, it seemed like. Just really desperate. And that's gonna be it. Bomb's gonna go down, even Fatal going down. Just one by one here, Lauren. Weird scenes coming out for NOFEAR5, especially with how collected and clean they've looked so far. That's gonna be a good kill though. And these two have to survive here. These AWPs have to be saved.
What's the money like for the T's? Can they can risk a little, right?
Yeah, they definitely can. The hunt is on right now.
All right, Kelly V, let's see what you got. Thunder stepping around the place, decides to get quiet now. How are you alive? How are you alive for that? They've taken one away now, so Tori, the last one with it. The other two have opted to back. But I think something you said that stood out to me is desperation plays. And I don't feel like NOFEAR5 needed to go to that yet.
Exactly.
They had one round that didn't really look that great for them, but it was a really good read from Galaxy Racer, I feel. And obviously, I don't think 23 can replicate that sort of positioning. I don't know why they went to desperate sort of approach so quickly.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. This is the perfect timing for that tactical timeout to come through. The desk mentioned the coach for both these squads, Vez being on Galaxy Racer. I'm not very familiar with the coach for NOFEAR5, but they should be relaying that sort of information that, hey, listen, you guys have looked great so far in this match. There's no reason to make overzealous hero plays such as that. Play to your strengths and play the round out.
Of course, the scoreline is 11-9, but Galaxy Racer did lead on the half. So again, pinch of salt with it. It should have kind of, I don't want to say even out, but it probably will, considering NOFEAR5 do look diligent, unless they keep making some questionable choices. Now, Tori going to try and bring that off into a place that can do some serious damage, and that's going to work well.
There we go.
Apparently, it can be pretty much a shotgun if you really want to bring it there. So now Tori going to fade away into the smoke. Pull a little bit of a 23 this time. Kelly V going to catch the aggression towards B. No problem there. And again, just eyes on what Tori can do in this scenario.
Definitely had an opportunity there. Tori decides to fall back, feeling the pressure, and all three members are stacked towards this inner. Ooh, there's 4 members alive. They're so low that I thought there was only 3. Fatal just on that 1 HP. But yeah, it will be a 4v4 and Victoria, she's going to test her luck.
The AK too. Hold on. Victoria got an AK out of this, picking it up. I guess it was Vilgar, I think, who died first. So again, trying to make the best of a bad scenario, and they've done well. Even though they are so low, they are still alive and kicking, and questionable choices could be made here. If Galaxy Racer even considers this B lane, they are in all kinds of trouble. Tori, where is Tori? Okay, they're all on B right now, so maybe feeling they have to go for a gamble here. I'd have loved to seen at least maybe one stick around, even if it was, fatal on the 1 HP, just to be an early warning signal that potentially there's problems at A, but you've got to know that now with the smokes coming in and the investment of time just dwindling away from them. Victoria, the first to come back through. Now, keep in mind, Victoria's a one-shot, but that AK can do some serious damage, of course, given the opportunity. No opportunity given. Tori, though, on the back lines, looking to find one. 23's nades found Victoria in the meantime. And yeah, this smoke's going to really hinder what Tori can do.
She still has a kit on her back, so the possibility is there. This T-Con flank is going to be everything. But yeah, at this point, it's just trying to save some guns. Tori, she's going to want to save this AWP. Maybe getting another exit frag.
She thought about it.
Man, this round could have looked so different, Lauren. It could have looked so different.
I mean, the amount of damage they were able to do off the back of... I mean, they barely invested anything. There was such little investment from the CTs here, and absolutely fair to be doing as such. Do they keep the AK? It looks like they will. Fatal's managed to fade away with that. Very nicely done. Yeah, considering they had literally an AWP and not much else, if they had just a little more to play with, you could imagine such a different look.
Opportunities missed. The score is going to be 12-9, and Galaxy Racer, they've got a good grasp coming into the second half. The AWP will be in Victoria's hands this round.
Did we just have a knife? A little
We
team
did.
knife on Tori? No.
Inner team turmoil, perhaps.
Oh, Anna's just cracked open the site, and it was only a one-player lean towards B. Fatal's been caught completely in this scenario, and Anna's going to continue to add pain to this. MRSK feeling a little bold. If you've already been picked by an AWP over towards ramp to kind of just peek out towards that, you're asking for trouble, and Claudia is making trouble herself, just pressuring those players, trying to just back away. And again, the AWP's just trying to stay alive, this time with Victoria, and Tori is still alive with the rifle. And honestly, Claudia can just stretch her legs. If she wants to try and take this away, keep in mind the money is... It's obviously not perfect for Galaxy Racer, but if they take this AWP out of hand, if they keep the economy humble for the CT side, this becomes a horrible affair for NOFEAR5.
Oh, Galaxy Racer, they're grouping up. They want to hunt. They do not want to let these two survive.
Oh, Tori. This is rough. This is rough. Claudia, the bearer of bad news for any of the NOFEAR5 fans. And Galaxy Racer, I'm actually very impressed with their diligence on the T side. I always get a bit nervous when, we see a team insta-lock in something like Train. And obviously they start off on the CTs, the other team, and they look okay, but the T side can always be such a downfall for some teams if it's not a strength for them. But Galaxy Racer looking very diligent.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just the confident angles, and look at the kill distribution as well. Everyone's stepping up to the plate. I think we've seen every one of these players on Galaxy Racer having those hero moments, and they're looking clean right now in the second half.
They've definitely stepped up, I feel. They found that swing. I'm glad they've taken the timeouts when they did. They kind of corrected the ship a touch. It felt a little bit iffy at the start, I think, and that was mostly credit to NOFEAR5. They looked fantastic at the very beginning, and, as said, this round's probably not going to equate to much, though, considering it is a couple of upgraded pistols. Yes, they have the armor and a SMG too, but it's going to be 14 on the board regardless. But this does mean that Vertigo will have to come into the conversation soon enough, because it's a question mark with that map. I mean, look, I played matchmaking with Claudia, and I'm just going to say it, you outperformed her, Potter. Look, you did a little better. Maybe Claudia's picked up the pace, though, because, look, I've been on the Twitters. I've seen the tweets. She's been saying she's put in hours. She's been putting in work recently. She's been working on the craft, been grinding out the game. So, as I said, as a collective, though, it'd be good to see Galaxy Racer show why Vertigo's in that map pool and punish anyone who floats it. And we'll see if that's the case. For now, Tori able to take one with her. But yeah, this is Galaxy Racer now striding through the match.
Just in full control. NOFEAR5, they've only got a couple more chances to get into this. Victoria will have that AWP on her back once again, and NOFEAR5, they've got to come into this round with something a little different. These rotations have been lackluster.
Couple of fast flashes. Big commitment. Oh, Kelly V straight out. Kelly V is straight out and about. Huge pickup on the second. I don't know how she got away with that shot towards Elizabeth, but they're just powering on now. This is confidence. This is just pour out, take the fight, win the round. Claudia! That's the Claudia we want to be seeing. There she is. And now Fatal barely made it to be like, guys, what's happened?
Just deleted. Purely deleted out of the server here is Galaxy Racer. The aggression coming through. And yeah, once again, NOFEAR5, they're just unable to hold the lines. That's a good pickup. Hopefully Fatal is actually able to bring... Oh, that's actually not bad. She'll actually be able to bring this AWP into the next round if she decides it, but she's going for this, Lord.
I mean, it was bold. It was a bold maneuver. Did not work out, however, but you know what? I'll take someone feeling themselves about that. Kelly V, though, that second kill, I do not know how they got away with that.
They're feeling themselves right now, Lauren. They're feeling confident and they're feeling good. Just bulldozing their way out T-Con. And as it should be, right? No defense coming out from NOFEAR5 has been able to hold off and demand that Galaxy Racer respect the line of scrimmage. So why not go at it? Test your luck, and they're just coming out on top each and every time.
Yeah, and I mean, why not use your timeout? You might as well try and talk things through, see if you can get something going for this final stand. NOFEAR5 do need to make it count here. Otherwise, the map advantage will sit with Galaxy Racer going into map 2, and they can close out pretty quickly. And I wonder if the pace will stay somewhat the same. 23 is just absolutely yeeting it out. Takes a touch of damage on the way, but already gets towards Olaf. Looking like they want this early fight. Look at all that utility instantly committed. They are biting so hard on one player and a couple of flashes.
Another pickoff coming through from Kelly V. She's been bullying and controlling this Brown Halls all the time. 23 has been spotted. A good flashbang, but she will get taken out. That's something for NOFEAR5.
Yeah, first time. This is what Kelly V does with... Oh, Kelly V is being such a nuisance. Just being a threat. And now they have to respect this. They have to put players towards B, or at least watch for the push-up, and that alleviates the pressure on the other three. There was a lot of eyes trained towards that T side for a second or two, but Kelly V has done some serious work this round, and now tries to be a big... Oh, no. Oh, no. There's a infiltrator here. There is... Kelly V's just straight up venting in front of people. This is just filthy. Tori now to try and save the day, but... There's no two ways to put this. This looks all but over and done, at least for map 1. Galaxy Racer coming in strong. I thought the T side could have been a problem, but it has been absolutely no sweat. And Tori has to get past Kelly V and does, but the trade's there. Vilga gets it in the bag. And, well, I'm impressed with Galaxy Racer here, Potter.
Yeah, they grinded another gear and they just absolutely showed up. Even Vilga, I mean, you mentioned the sus. I thought Vilga was sus in that round, stealing Kelly V's ace. But yeah, man, individuals, 23 had a huge round. Vilga had a huge round. Kelly V had a huge round. All these ladies are stepping up for Galaxy Racer.
It's a good performance. It's a good map 1, but we know that there's a lot between these two. NOFEAR5 and no slouches, and map 2 being Vertigo on the horizon. This could bode well for a pretty exciting affair between these two. Some history there, some previous results that we could definitely talk about. But again, my mind goes to the fact that they've come into this, that was their map choice, and they got bullied around on that CT side. So for NOFEAR5, they're gonna have to collect themselves, Potter. I don't know how easy that's gonna be.
It's gonna be a challenge, but the good news is their coach should be kind of affirming to these ladies that the beginning first 15 to 20 rounds were neck and neck. They were absolutely close. A couple of minor mistakes, a couple of poor reactions, but other than that, these ladies are swinging back.
All right, let's head up to a quick little break here and get the desk to wrap up their thoughts as well and lead us into map 2.
After what seemed like a very strong start for NOFEAR5, they are not able to take the map, and they actually looked a little bit like they were struggling, especially in that second half on their map pick train. I'm here with Fearless and Bleh, and we're going to break down this first map. Fearless, I'm going to start with you because this game, I don't know, I was like, we said it in the green room. It started out so nice. It could have been very even, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, no, exactly as you said. I was watching, I was like, okay, 6 rounds on T, that's not that bad on train. They could easily take it back. They had the pistol as well in the second half. And for some reason, something went off in that second half. And I want to highlight one point is I was missing Fatal. Fatal was now bottom fragging. And I remember when casting exactly this same matchup during ambush, she was top fragging. She had a lot of kills, and even though they didn't win, she was doing so extremely well, and I was like wondering what happened to her. But I have to say instead, it was Tori stepping up, a little bit of the question mark at the beginning. We haven't really seen her for that long in this lineup, so I'm glad that she did, but now it needs to translate to the team as a whole.
Yeah, Bleh,
Yeah.
What did you make of this game?
Yeah, I felt like I have to agree with Fearless. They had the edge there, but there was a round which for me felt like a turning point, and I do have a little stats helix here. And for me, this particular round it's a 5-on-5. It's a 5-on-5 round coming out from Galaxy Racers. It has Blair's seal of approval as shown over here, and it's basically gonna be it was 9-6, right, for Galaxy Racer. NOFEAR5, they went a pistol round, they brought it back 9-all, and see what takes place over here. It's gonna be early utility usage being deployed by Victoria, Elizabeth, and Tori towards team mid. Now keep an eye on 23. She's gonna be waiting patiently, waiting for Anna and Vilga to deploy the utility to help her head out towards the outer bomb side. Meanwhile, Kelly has been a beast towards Brown Halls, and she's been a problem for the side of NOFEAR. The smokes come out. 2 smokes, Molotov, Flash is going to pop, and 23 is going to peek on out to try and get a trade onto Victoria. She's not going to get the kill, but she's going to escape. And then, this is a mistake made here by NOFEAR5. They seem to be unaware 23 might have snuck on out. There are a couple of smokes. Meantime, Kelly gets a kill towards Fatal, but they hold off. They wait for 23 to go for the play. She walks in through the smoke. 2 quick kills. That's pretty much inner bombs that empty, but still they're wary. They're still wary. There still might be some other player over here. Then 22 finds Victoria. It's a 4v1. That's when it hit towards the inner bomb side, and we should be taking a look, of course, at the replays as well as to how 23 managed to sneak her way. Firstly, though, we gotta say, like, this Brown Halt has been such a problem for the side of for NOFEAR5. Kelly has been a problem indeed, and then of course we see 23. What a crucial round. This was a turning point for me, and after this I felt like NOFEAR5 really had no answer and kind of crumbled there.
Yeah, let's see if they can do better on the map that is chosen by Galaxy Racer. It is a Vertigo after the break.